Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I talk about making images and other stuff I'm interested in. Today we are taking a look at the process I use to plan artworks for clients. For me, sketching takes many forms depending on the task I'm working on. If the piece is just for me, the sketch might be a quick scribble just to be able to recall the idea later on. On the other hand, if I'm working on a project for a client, I find it great to have a well-realized sketch early on in the process to get everyone on the same page as soon as possible. This also reduces the risk for me since I force myself to solve many of the major problems really early on. In more involved sketches like you see here, I usually set myself an artificial deadline of around 2 hours and a goal of making the image as finished as possible, but in black and white. This way I can create multiple ideas in a single workday and not get too attached to any specific idea. If you study the old masterworks, like this fantastic piece by Ilya Repin, the artists would often make countless studies and smaller scale paintings of the piece they were planning. Then when executing the final piece, they had already learned a ton from these earlier steps. Unfortunately, in the entertainment field, we don't have the luxury of time to spend months on a single painting, but I think there's still value in making a proper sketch and then essentially executing the same image again, but better. When it comes to the actual process, I try to use the same tools I would if I was making the final image. This usually involves painting, photobashing, or very quick 3D models. Anything I need to get to a decent end result in around 2 hours. I'm not afraid to cut, paste, and paint over anything I don't like. The goal here is to try and solve every problem from composition to shape language to the storytelling, so I know exactly what assets I need to build for the final image. From there, it's easier to focus on making every individual element as good as it can be, all while knowing how they will fit into the larger puzzle later on. A fairly well-realized sketch like this is also great from the client's point of view, since they can clearly see what I'm thinking for the final, and this reduces unnecessary surprises along the way. During the years, I've noticed that I'm too eager to jump right in and try to design and execute a beautiful final illustration, both at the same time, when taking a bit more time for planning in the beginning could have saved me from a lot of headaches and frustration. However, I still haven't learned my lesson and constantly ignore my own advice, at least with personal work. And here you can see the final illustration. As you can see, I did end up changing the angle of the camera for the final piece. As important as my early sketch is, I don't want my hands to be tied down completely in case I figure out something better along the way. With this image, I felt that a symmetrical composition would better highlight the regal nature of the space and would help make it feel more epic. It's all about finding a balance of planning and letting happy accidents occur during the process. After all, paintings are not IKEA furniture with perfect instructions from step 1 to 10, but instead iterative processes that can't be completely planned out ahead of time. But that doesn't mean I won't try. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button below and subscribe for more videos like this. See you in the next one.